Hello everyone! Welcome back to our channel.
Hello.
Alam niyo, may confession kami ni Haven. There was a time na we really felt embarrassed explaining why we don't upgrade our lifestyle. Katulad sa akin, yung mga tanong sa akin why don't you buy luxury bags?
Or sa amin, like yung, what did you get a fancier car? Kinuha lang namin, standard.
Oo. It's not really about money It's because that's how we chose to live
And that's when we realized that the pressure wasn't financial.
Actually, it was social. It's the people, na nakapaligid sa amin. Before anything else, this video is not about being rich.
And it's definitely not about judging people who like nice or, let's say, fancy things.
It's actually about yung mindset shift namin ni Haven habang papalapit na kami sa retirement. So ito yung parang nagbago yung takbo ng isip natin, di ba?
Oh, yeah.
In this video, we're going to talk about that kind of trap that's easily to fall into.
These are things that nobody really talks about. So you know what we realized later?
That, there's this pressure that comes up as you get closer to retirement. Pag bata ka, you're allowed to say na, I'm still working on my savings, I'm still doing investments. Pero kasi when you get older, the expectation changes People will assume na, with all the years that you've been working, there's something that you can show off na Pero honestly ito totoo, when you see people, they don't usually ask you like, okay ka ba? Or yung mga ganun. They ask you sometimes like, what's up? What's next? Parang they're expecting na, ano ba ang merong bago dyan? Parang ganun, di ba?
Kumbaga, they're trying to gauge you.
And minsan naman kasi, sometimes yung yung questions na yon are very innocent Hindi naman talagang they're being mean or they're being intrusive, di ba?
Right.
Pero siguro merong konti, no?
Kumbaga, parang tinatanong nila, have you leveled up yet? Di ba?
Or ang ibig din sabihin nila is, have you proven something already? Kasi ang feeling ko, pag papalapit ka na ng retirement, parang final exam yun Parang you have to prove that all these decades or these years of working, that everything was worth it. So yung expectation ng tao, kailangan ngayon, mapipilitan ka mag-spend. Bumili ka nito para masatisfy yung mga question nila. So sometimes, diba, ang iniisip natin is we get pressured internally. Yung tayo, yung pressure na, kulang yung savings natin. Hindi tayo nakakaipon. Walang investment or, all those internal, yung within us.
But a lot of pressure comes actually from outside.
And this is the one that what people actually expect you to show or to achieve.
People don't pressure you with numbers, but with expectations.
So here's the thing. People cannot see your savings. They cannot see your discipline. They cannot see how prepared you are. So instead, they look for things that are visible. Yung coaching din na drive mo, the bag that you carry, the lifestyle you show. Because visible things are easy to understand. When people see those, they assume na, they're doing well, they're successful. And without anyone saying it out loud, that expectation quietly pressures you to spend, just so you look like you've made it. Ang feeling mo, pag hindi ka sumabay or you don't go along with the expectation, you get pressured anyway
Yeah.
Oh, 'di ba? May kwento rin naman ako kasi katulad nung sa akin sa work, parati ako tinatanong ng mga kasama ko sa work na, Eileen, how come you don't like buying mga luxury bags? Yung mga, alam nyo, yung mga Louis Vuitton, yung mga Chanel. And I know they're not rude comments. Parang casual comments lang yon. Pero it adds up din talaga Kung parating tinatanong, di ba, parang ang feeling...
Na-embed, no?
Na-embed, Kasi ang feeling mo na, shoot, ang tingin ba nila sa akin na hindi ako successful?
Parang yagit.
Parang yagit na I cannot afford that. May time nga na talagang bibili ba ako? Kaso, pero sa totoo, it's not me Hindi ako mahilig sa ganun So, pressure yun sa akin. It felt like that I had to explain every time na why I don't want to buy mga luxury bags. Ang feeling ko tuloy na ang choices ko was being judged. na bakit
So true.
hindi ko kayang bumili ng ganon. Kasi there was a time na nagkaroon kami ng money from the company and it was unexpected. So it was like for the whole the whole staff. So when we got that money, so unexpected nga, 'di ba? So that's when unsolicited advices came up again. Tung mga kasama ko, Eileen, we got this money and it's unexpected. It's you didn't even know that you had that money. Ba't hindi ka bumili ng
Yun na nga.
ng luxury bag? Ba't di ka bumili ng Chanel o kaya ng Goyard? Kasi yung Goyard, di ba, malaking tote yun.
Oh.
Sila, doon nila nilalagay yung mga computer nila. Ako, yung ginagamit ko, Michael Kors na tote bag
Yun.
for my computer. And to be honest, nung kinukulit na nila ako, ang feeling ko tuloy na, am I being left behind? Kasi sila talagang mga branded bags.
Kumbaga, yung Goyard, kamuting na siya nagoyo. Sinabi ko,
Yeah.
mag-pause ka muna.
Oo. Yeah, kasi
Sinabi
I
ko
told Haven na, yun nga, I got this money na
Yeah.
I was planning
I
like
remember,
to buy
the Goyard.
the Goyard.
And
or
sinabi ko,
Chanel.
oh,
Pero hindi, yung Chanel ay hindi yung brand new yung mga pre-love na kasi sobrang namang mahal yung brand new.
so ang tinanong ko sa kanya, do you actually want to buy it? Do you really need it?
Oo.
Anong sagot mo?
Sabi ko, not really.
Then if that's the case, then don't even, kasi nape-pressure ka eh.
Oo.
So, you know what? So, we ended up what?
Wala, keeping the money.
Yeah.
Tapos, bumili na lang kami ng index fund.
Index fund. Yun, ganyan. Ganyan ang decision na mas practical yan.
Oo.
In the long run, di ba?
And it's a smart decision.
It's a smart decision.
Yeah. So this is when Haven and I realized that ang trap talaga is not yung mga utang yung mga debts natin or yung mga financial investment mistakes. Ang trap doon is how easy it is to spend just to satisfy other people, di ba? Kasi once you start spending na just to keep up with the appearance na you're doing well or you're successful, yung mga choices mo hindi na for the future hindi na yung para nagpaplano ka for your retirement. Ano na yan ang nangyayari na you're giving in na to the pressure.
Yeah.
Yung social pressure nga.
Kaya sinasabi nga, looking rich gives you applause.
Kasi
Diba?
nga pag mayaman ka,
Galing,
Diba?
palakpak na sila.
oo.
Wow, galing.
Mga tao, lahat sasabihin, ang galing
Galing
naman
mo,
nun, ang
yeah,
yaman,
aha.
di ba? Pero being prepared naman, it gives you more peace, di ba?
Yun,
Yun ang difference doon. Pero just to be clear, if you love luxury things, yung mga branded stuff, yung mga fancy cars, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it isn't really about right or wrong.
Oo.
Kung gusto mo, then go for it. Wala, di ba?
Oo. Basta it will make you happy.
Yeah.
And those things will give purpose sa'yo. Diba? Yun naman yun.
Go.
Don't go, huwag ka mapapadala sa pressure
Yeah.
Katulad yung nangyari sa akin
Total difference yun.
as long as you're happy,
Totoo yun.
And you can afford
I
it,
agree. I agree totally.
then go for it.
Go for it. Yeah.
So, this was one of the biggest mindset shifts na ginawa namin ni Haven before retirement.
Yeah. Choosing not to upgrade, just to keep up.
Hindi na kami nagpapadala sa mga pressure from yung mga friends, family. Basta ang focus namin ni Haven is kung ano yung makabubuti sa amin, di ba?
Right.
As long as we reach our goal and
Keep us happy. It's for us.
we don't keep those images anymore.
Wala na yan.
And I'm sure hindi lang kami yung naka-feel ng ganitong pressure
Yeah.
before yung nangyari sa atin, di ba? So, ang tanong namin is, ano yung mga bagay na that doesn't bother you anymore ngayon na matanda na kayo? Share nyo naman sa amin kung ano yung mga bagay-bagay na yon. Wala na kayong pakialam kung ano sabihin ng ibang tao.
Yeah.
As long as you're happy na kung ano yung goals nyo, na ma-attain nyo, and you're ready,
Set ka na.
you're ready for your retirement, and that's it.
That's it. So sometimes the bravest financial decision is choosing not to prove anything. Tama?
Tama.
So 2026, Go, go, go!
Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in our next vlog.
Bye! The bravest financial decision. Again, I already got this. All I can say is 2026, go, go, go!